to Wikipedia, Masada for Hebrew means Metzada or fortress. It is an ancient fortification in the southern district of Israel, situated on top of an isolated rock plateau, akin to a mesa. It is located on the eastern edge of the Judean desert, overlooking the Dead Sea, 20 kilometers east of Arad. So that is Masada, and according to it, Herod the Great built two palaces for himself on the mountain and fortified Masada between 37 and 31 BCE. According to Josephus, the siege of Masada by Roman troops from 73 to 74 CE at the end of the First Jewish-Roman War ended in the mass suicide of the 960 Sicarii rebels who were hiding there. Masada is one of Israel's most popular tourist attractions. Almost all historical information about Masada comes from the 1st century Jewish-Roman historian Josephus. Josephus writes that the site was first fortified by Hasmonean ruler Alexander Jannaeus in the 1st century BCE. However, so far no Hasmonean period building remains could be identified during archaeological excavations. Josephus further writes that Herod the Great captured it in the power struggle that followed the death of his father Antipater. It survives the siege of the last Hasmonean king Antigonus II Mattathias, who ruled with Parthian support. So according to Josephus, between 37 and 31 BCE, Herod the Great built a large fortress on the plateau as a refuge for himself in the event of a revolt and erected there two palaces. In 66 CE, a group of Jewish rebels, the Sicarii, overcame the Roman garrison of Masada with the aid of a ruse. After the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 CE, additional members of the Sicarii fled Jerusalem and settled on the mountaintop after slaughtering the Roman garrison. According to Josephus, the Sicarii were an extremist Jewish splinter group antagonistic to a larger grouping of Jews referred to as the Zealots, who carried the main burden of the rebellion. Josephus said that the Sicarii raided nearby Jewish villages, including En-Gedi, where they massacred 700 women and children. In 73 CE, the Roman governor of Ludaia, Lucius Flavius Silva, headed the Roman legion ex Frentesis and led siege to Masada. According to other articles by Farrell Jenkins, is Masada mentioned in the Bible? The Hebrew word Masada is generally translated stronghold or fortress in the English Bible. So King David visited the site of Masada at least 3 times, and accordingly it is after sending his parents to Moab. 1 Samuel 22 verse 1 to 5. You can read that on that verse, Bible Gospel. Take a look at the previous post with take a look with these videos and the other pictures that we mentioned there. And then after he spared Saul's life at En-Gedi, you can also read it on 1 Samuel 24 to 22 and on 2 Samuel 5 to 17. 5 verse 17. So that is the other what is Masada, or is Masada mentioned in the Bible. So at least 4 of David's Psalms mention Masada. So Masada is called fortress or stronghold. So that is mentioned on David's Psalm. So on Psalm 18 verse 2, the Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer. My God, my rock, in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. So that is what it means by Masada. In Psalm 31 verse 2 to 3, incline your ear to me, rescue me speedily, be a rock of refuge for me, a strong fortress to save me, for you are my rock and my fortress. And for your name's sake, you lead me and guide me. Masada is an ancient mountain-top fortress in southeastern Israel, site of the Jews' last stand against the Romans after the fall of Jerusalem in 17 CE. It was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2001. Masada occupies the entire top of an isolated mesa near the southwest coast of the Dead Sea. The rhomboid-shaped mountain towers 1,424 feet above the level of the Dead Sea. So some authorities hold that the site was settled at the time of the first temple, 900 BCE, but Masada is renowned for the palaces and fortifications of Herod the Great. So makita niyo yung mga palaces and remains ng mga palaces dyan. Yan po yung mga palaces na build ni Herod the Great. Reigned 37 to 4 BCE, king of Judea under the Romans, and for its resistance to the Roman siege in 72 to 73 CE. The site was first fortified either by Jonathan Maccabeus or by Alexander Jannaeus, reigned 103 to 76 BC, both of the Hasmonean dynasty. Masada was chiefly developed by Herod, who made it a royal citadel. His constructions included 2 ornate palaces, one of them on 3 levels, heavy walls, defensive towers, and aqueducts that brought water to cisterns holding nearly 200,000 gallons. After Herod